Hello, this is Maria Ramirez, and I am going to be performing my urinalysis lab assignment. And I already have my safety goggles on, my lab apron, and then I'm just putting on my gloves. Excuse my baby. Okay, so I have my cups here to label as my Y and X sample. So I'm labeling my X sample, and then my Y sample, and then my X. I'm just gonna make that bigger. And the lab says to have a control as well, so I'm just going to use this one as a control because I don't have another cup like these that came in with the lab. So I'm supposed to pour the urine. So I'm going to have X as my first one, and that's with this urine. Probably fill it up to 1. There's the 1 there. And then I have my other urine. This is X. And this is Y. And fill it up to 1 as well. Oh, I see a big difference in these. Okay. Shh. Hobby, stop, please. Hobby, stop. And I'm getting my pen for the data analysis because I already see a difference between both urine samples. One of them is definitely more clear. This one is yellow. So I'm gonna just write that down. So patient. Just gonna write it down in the back. So X has like a yellow color. Y is more clear, watery looking. Okay, and then okay, so now the part of the procedure. Determine the pH of the sample in the cup labeled control. I don't know what would be in the control one though. There's not another urine. A little confused because I don't have another urine bottle. The lab only came with 2, so I'm just gonna wait on the pH on that, but I am gonna test the pH strips on X and Y, so I'm not exactly sure what I would add to the control. I don't think this is red food coloring, so that's not it. So I've got my pH tester here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out a couple of strips. Well, there's 3 in here. so here are my test strips, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do test strip for X. So that is X. And then here is Y. Javi, And here's Y. Okay. I'm just waiting for the pH strips. Okay, so this is a pH strip for X, and then I'm just gonna look at it. For X, it looks pretty good. And I'll just record my results here in just a little bit. Okay, and then that's the one for Y. Okay, now it wants the glucose test. So I would use a reagent, which is a solution that is used for the presence of glucose. The reagent is added to a solution, and the solution is heated for a brief period. If glucose is present, the solution will form red precipitate after heating. If glucose is not present, the solution will not form a precipitate. Benedict's reagent will also react with several, but not all, other sugars, and that's fructose, lactose, maltose, and galactose. But in your analysis, glucose is a sugar of interest from a diagnosis standpoint. So using the marking pen, label each of the 4 test tubes as follows. Okay, so here's my test tubes, and then I need to label them. So I'm going to have an X, and then I'm going to have a Y, and then a control, which I'm not sure on the control if it's going to be the same as this. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do the control, unfortunately, because I don't have another urine. So I'm not sure, but I will continue doing it as... I don't think this is... No, that's not in here. Okay, so I need my pipette. And then from each, so that one is Y. X and Y. Okay, so this is X. And that's about 3 milliliters on X. And then I've got a different one here for Y. Okay, and then I have the reagent, and I am going to add 15 drops of the solution to each urine sample, which I don't have a control one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Jacelyn, can you calm down? Because I don't want you to come up on camera. Okay, so I added that solution. Oh, and it says... Okay, so using a test tube holder or heat protective gloves, place all 3 test tubes in a hot water bath. Be sure the test tubes are standing upright and do not allow any of the water from the hot water bath to enter the tubes. Okay. So I have my hot water. It does say to let it heat for 10 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna go that long just because of the recording. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my hot water. Jacelyn, that camera is still recording, okay? Come on. Go. Okay, I got my hot water. I'm just gonna hold them because they're not gonna stand by themselves. So I'm just gonna do a few minutes. Jacelyn, this is recording.
His body was still.
Hey, be careful, please.
I'm sorry.
Jacelyn, can you take him to the living room and put a movie on for him? think what I'm going to do is add this hot water to these little cups and then let them sit so I can do other stuff. Okay, so they're currently sitting in the hot water. And then I'm just going to read the rest of the procedures for the lab. Okay, observe each sample for a reaction and record the results in the data analysis section. Oh, I guess I'm going to do a protein one too. Okay. So far, I don't really see any reactions. Well, I have enough testing tubes to continue to the protein lab, so alright, so I'm going to do the burette test, which will indicate the presence of protein in a solution. Okay, so I've got other test tubes here, so I'm just going to label them X. I'm really sorry about my kids. They are not able to go anywhere while I do this lab, so. And here is Y. Okay, and then, okay, they're in the test tube rack. Okay, so I gotta add urine. I've got a different pipette here. This is X. Oh my gosh. So Y actually is turning red. I was not expecting that, but it is turning red. And then here is my other pipette for Y. And then using the dropper bottle of the burette reagent, add 15 drops of the solution. What? Oh, I think it wanted me to use these, the same ones. And then more of this. Add 15 drops of the solution to each of the urine sample in the 4 test tubes. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so this is how X looks. and Y is actually red, which is crazy. And now I gotta add 15 more drops. Now I'm just doing the observation part. Oh, that is turning yellowish. These are my first samples. This is still blue. And then these are my other samples. Okay, so I'm done with this portion, so now I'm just gonna do my data analysis.